Did you know you can study the Bible right from your phone? In this video, I will show you a simple but powerful method called Bible verse mapping to help you break down scripture to better understand. By the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to effectively verse map on the go. For those of you who don't know, what is Bible verse mapping? Bible verse mapping is a powerful way of studying the verse deeply to get a better understanding, know the meaning and the context. The Bible is the best book of all time. With over 5 billion copies sold, no other book has reached this amount of people. Why wouldn't you want to know more and have a better understanding of this book that has reached so many people? And the best part, you only need a phone and a notebook. Whether you're new to Bible study or just looking for a fresh approach, this method will help transform the way you read scripture. Let's get into the first step. The first thing you need to do is to choose a verse. Choose a verse that stands out to you. So let's say if you were reading one chapter from the book and one of those verses stand out to you, you choose that specific verse. You can use the YouVersion Bible app or Blue Letter Bible to read from your phone, and you can have access to highlight those verses that stand out to you. In my case, I use the Concordance Bible app. I like this app because they have the words highlighted, so any words that I don't have a better understanding, I just click on the word and I can understand what's the meaning of the word. I'll drop a link to the Concordance Bible app in the description below. Feel free to check it out.
I am using the Concordance Bible app to choose my verse. In my case, I have been studying the book of Exodus, chapter 6, and while I was reading chapter 6, the verse 3 stands out to me. So this is the verse we will be using to verse map in this video. As you can see, the words are highlighted. You can check them out and use the same app if you'd like.
The reason why choosing one verse is very important is because it helps you to focus on one single verse instead of just skimming through different verses to the Bible, which can get you confused. And before we move on, let me know in the comment section what's one verse that has spoken to you recently. I'd love to hear your thoughts. The second thing I do, I read the verse in different translations. I compare translations like NIV, KJV, because I just want to get a better understanding and also know the different meaning of different verses. The reason why I like to compare different translations is because it gives insight of the language and the interpretation of the scripture. Now that you choose a verse, you read different translations, it's time to copy the verse on your Apple Note. In my case, I use an iPhone, but for my Android users, feel free to use a Google Doc and you can still get the same results with Google Docs.
I use the same website that I've shown you to get the translations to copy those verses into my Apple Note. Instead of copy and paste them, I type them word by word and I just put them into my Apple Note.
I know some of you may ask, why are you typing the verse instead of just copy and paste it into your Apple Note? I know this is easier, just copy and paste it is great, but I'm looking to memorize and have a deeper understanding and therefore have a deep relationship with the Lord. So copy and paste it will not do it for me. So I like to just type the word just like I see it on the Bible. I type it, and while I'm typing the verse, it's like I'm memorizing because I'm reading it at the same time. So this is why I like to type it instead of just copy and paste. Doing it this way really allow you to slow down and reflect on each word. Try it and you let me know how it is. Now that you have read the verse in different translation, you are starting to understand what the verse is saying, and it's time to break it down even further. Yep. All you're gonna do is choosing the words that stands out to you or any words that you don't really understand and find out what the meaning is. And before you find out what word stands out to you, Ask yourself those questions. What does the word means? Why is it so important?
While reading verse 3 from Exodus 6, two words stands out to me, the words Almighty and the word Jehovah. So I go ahead and click on the word. This is why I love the Concordance app, because I don't have to just pull up a dictionary. I just click on the word that stands out to me and I can just look up the meaning, the definitions, and in my case, I go ahead and type the definition into my Apple Notes, so I am scrolling down to see any words that I don't understand, so that way I can go ahead and import it into my Apple Note. This is the best way. This is why I love digital. It's so quick and easy. I can do it when I'm on the train to work. I can do it if I am in a car, on an Uber or anything. It's just so easy.
Context changes everything. Let's see how this verse connect with other scriptures.
I use a website called gotquestions.org to get a better understanding of the context of the verse. So let's say if I have those three questions I need answers quickly, I ask questions like who wrote the verse, why was the verse written, who was the verse written to. Those are the main questions that I like to ask in order for me to get a better understanding of the context. As you can see, I get a quick answer. You can do that for any verse. So once I'm done with that, I will go ahead and copy the answers and place it on my Apple Note, and there you have it.
Asking those questions are very important because it helps me prevent misinterpretation, and also I get to grasp the word better. It's very quick, easy to read, and you get all those answers. Let's say if I just put who wrote Exodus 6 verse 3, it'll just give me a quick answer. If you don't want to do that, you can also do a Google search, but I prefer to go on this website. Now it's time to cross-reference. This step will truly open your eyes.
To make the process quick and easy, I just go to Google, type verses related to Exodus 6 verse 3, and I should get all those verses that relates to my current verse, and this is what I get doing my search. I love how the psalm explains Exodus 6 verse 3, like clearly. When I look up the definitions of Jehovah, one of the title of God is the Lord, and you can see in the Psalm 83 that they don't use the word Jehovah, they use the word Lord. So that this is one of the reason why cross reference is very, very, very important. You can get the definitions of things you did not understand, and it's like a clarification.
The Bible really explains itself. Yep, I said it right. Find other verses in the Bible that relate or connect with the current verse that you are studying. You will be amazed how this next verse can help you have a better or deeper understanding of the previous verse that you are studying. The reason why it's good to cross-reference, you get to see how different parts of the Bible are connected, and also you get to see how different scriptures enhances itself. Now that I understand the verse and the keyword related to it, it's time to reflect. Reflect and ask, what is God telling me through this verse? And how can I apply this verse into my life? It's good to apply what you have learned. That way you can use those knowledge into good transformations, and also live a biblical life that reflect what you have learned into your daily life. Remember, we are not just reading the scripture, we are living it. Let's get into the next step. And the best important part is, after you have done all the work, is to pray. Pray and ask God to help you live and apply those things into your life, because sometimes we read those words and we understand and we get excited at the moment, and after a couple of weeks, even days later, we get to a challenge or someone just give us a hard time, we completely forget about those verses. But asking God to guide us through the process, and make sure we meditate on the verse daily so that way we have it with us. Another reason why prayer is very important, We get to deepen our connection with God, and also we get to use those lessons that we have learned to make our lives better. Now that you have mapped out the verse, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Share it with friends, share it on your social media, even people at your job, and even you save it on your phone so you can revisit it later. It's good to do that so that way you can always keep the word with you. And God likes to see us helping other people because we're here to serve other people. Now that you know how to verse mapping in 9 simple steps, tell me in the comment section which verse are you starting with. I'd love to know, and make sure you put it in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.